There are a lot of lucky people out there, and I happen to be one of them. I was raised by a very large family who cared a great deal about me. One of those people was my father, and this is a little story about him. While I was growing up, he was working as a welder, working on subway cars that were sent up from New York City to be refurbished. In this time, Dad never got to ride the subway. He only worked on them. So he and I decided to make a plan to go to New York and ride the subway around, and just plain spend some time together. So I met him in Rochester, we got on an Amtrak train, and headed to New York City. It was a great ride where we got to really just spend some time together, relaxing, laughing, and listening to some great music. Upon arrival, we checked into our centrally located hotel and then got on the subway and went on an adventure to find some pizza. The next day, we awoke to a beautiful Saturday in New York and decided to go to the West 4th Street Courts and catch some basketball. We were going to initially stay for one game and decided to stay for 4, since we both found ourselves really connecting with the players and the surrounding environment. Afterwards, it was back to the subway for our own adventure, having fun, being silly, and enjoying the art, culture, and the people of New York. We would get off the subway and just meander around looking for adventure. Nothing could prepare us for this next stop. We walked up on the legendary Blue Note Jazz Lounge. We were able to get inside and ended up getting a wonderful table right at the corner of the stage. And at the end, we were able to meet Donald Harrison, the host of the whole night. We then made our way to Times Square, where we just wandered around like a couple of tourists, hanging out, taking pictures, and just being us, finding the fun, the weird, and then wandering back to the hotel, where we went to bed with love in our hearts. We woke the next day and decided to go to the Statue of Liberty. After a subway ride and a ferry ride out to Liberty Island, we took the audio tour together and learned a lot of facts about the place. My dad is quite a fact guy, as am I. And did you know that, well, something about copper and lots of stuff and meters and blah blah blah.
If I ventured in the slipstream between the viaducts of your dream, where mobile steel rims crack and the ditch and the back road stop, could you find me? Or would you kiss a...
After our visit to the Statue of Liberty, we began to wind down and head into relax mode for the evening. This brought us to our next stop, the Russian-Turkish Bath Spa. Here we enjoyed massage, sauna, and just plain relaxation with some new friends. On the next day, my dad got on an Amtrak train and headed back to Rochester. While riding back from Penn Station, after just dropping my dad off, the subway car that I was riding in had this advertised. And it read, "With 300 next-generation R179 subway cars arriving over the next 2 years, we're not just making your commute better, we're also helping to put 600 people to work in upstate New York." My dad was one of those at one time.